What is going on, crypto fiends? Ryan Rotolo here, and today we have a news episode talking about a lot of very juicy stuff happening in the crypto sphere. Now, before we jump into anything else, I want to introduce you to the new member of the crypto fiend community. This is Stewie, and he's jumping around right now, but I got him about 2 weeks ago, so that's why I haven't been posting that much, because I have been giving him a lot of attention because he's a little pain in my butt, but he is very cute and you gotta love him. So that's that. So let me put him down, and we're going to be jumping right into things today. Now, thank you to everyone for supporting the channel, whether you're subscribed, leaving comments down below, and even hitting that thumbs up button. If you guys do enjoy this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It greatly helps boost the video to be shared by more crypto enthusiasts down the road. So to start things off, the market is doing very well over the past day. Now, I know you guys see Bitcoin in the negatives, barely in the negatives, but over the past day, it has been doing very well, the market. We have added on around $10 billion in market cap, and this is mainly due to a handful of different factors or theories, as you want to say it, because we don't know the real reason behind why we see this price movement, but we can make some guesses, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So Litecoin has been doing very well over the past days, hit a high around $46 yesterday, and it is still in the green today. Let's go over to the trending real fast and see what's doing good, what's doing bad. Everything on here I am not familiar with. We got Grin. I know a lot of people are talking and raving about Grin right now. Other than that, pretty dead today, not much going on. But our first news article today is the main reason a lot of people think the price is beginning to rise is due to an SEC commissioner says Bitcoin ETF will be approved eventually. Now, I know that sounds very bland and obvious, like, yes, obviously it will be approved eventually, but this article goes into a little more detail talking about why we are currently having issues getting an ETF approved, and the optimism around some SEC commissioners in the office. So we have a commissioner at the U.S. Secretary and Exchange Commission believes a Bitcoin exchange traded fund will ultimately be approved. Robert J. Jackson Jr. said, "Eventually, do I think someone will satisfy the standards that we've laid out there? I hope so, yes, and I think so." So he is hopeful that a Bitcoin ETF is approved in the future. That's a great thing to hear. And a number of Bitcoin ETF proposals have been filed for SEC approval, but none have yet seen the green light. Jay Clayton, chairman of the SEC, has said that he doesn't see a pathway to a cryptocurrency ETF approval until concerns over market manipulation are addressed. And that's the main issue we have with ETFs right now, is the market manipulation. It's really hard to deal with market manipulation. Now, on the bright side with Bitcoin, it is one of the more stable currencies compared to others, but in the grand scheme of things, when you have a market that is so low in overall valuation, I know $100 billion doesn't sound, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not, it's going to be hard to control manipulation, especially when you have the adoption happening right now. I think the biggest concern is also having a market that's all around the world 24/7. There's no way to really control the manipulation. If you had it at a certain time, certain days of the week, it would be one thing, but with the decentralized world, there's no stopping it or controlling it. So I am interested to see how these corporations are going to figure out this sort of situation with manipulation. I think it will be a little more time till we see an SEC approval or an ETF approval due to manipulation. Maybe there could be a way with specific exchanges where they can sort of control it overall, but until then, we will just have to wait. Now, some more exciting news from the SEC. Another SEC commissioner has been even more pragmatic over the possibilities of a Bitcoin ETF. Back in July, Hester Pierce said that the Winklevoss proposed rule change satisfies the statutory standards and that we would permit BZX to list and trade this Bitcoin-based exchange-traded product, ETP. Today, Pierce tweeted that she looks forward forward to working with Jackson to open the doors to innovation. The SEC's rejections have clearly not deterred all from trying to make the ETF breakthrough. Last month, due to the US government shutdown, CBOE withdrew the proposed rule change that, if approved, would clear the way for a Bitcoin ETF backed by VanEck and SolidX. Days later, it refiled. Also in January, Bitwise Asset Management announced that it plans to launch an ETF. So we still have a lot of ETFs filed and possibly to be accepted in the future, but we will just have to wait, guys. And I am very happy that the CBOE ETF was refiled. They pulled it out and refiled it like 2 days later due to the government shutdown. But in the grand scheme of things, it's really comforting to hear that we do have a couple commissioners in office that want this Bitcoin ETF to happen. It's just a matter of time and doing it the right way. So that's where we currently stand with the SEC. This is the main reason people think we are starting to see a little movement in the cryptocurrency space, because people are getting optimistic, but it could be anything, as we all know. So next up, someone is impersonating Bitcoin futures platform BAKKT to raise money. So there's this scam going around. On Wednesday, CoinDesk news team received an email subject lined BAKKT news and claimed that the platform was set to launch on March 12th. The email was sent from a Gmail address and written in broken English. Further stated that BAKKT would be seeking to raise $50 million in a second financing round and directed readers to a website, BAKKTplatform.io. Their prospective investors are invited to register by entering their name and email address after going through this process. Visitors are presented with a Bitcoin address to send their money and asked to provide their own address to receive their profits from the investment. Clearly, this is a scam. BAKKT would not be asking anyone for money, us open investors in the public for money. So it was the website BAKKTplatform.io. Let's go ahead and look at it, because why not, right? I might get a virus on my computer, but oh well, life happens. Oh my god. So this is the website. As you guys can see, this is clearly a scam. I mean, look how effortless this is. They didn't even put any effort into this website. So yeah, this is a scam going around right now. You guys know there's scams all the time in cryptocurrencies, because right now it is sort of kind of easy to get away with stuff like this. So just be precautious of stuff that seems iffy, because if it seems too good to be true, it's definitely not true. So that was going on with the BAKKT exchange. Now, again, guys, they did not announce a launch date as of right now, but some people think that March 12th is a very aggressive target that they're shooting for, but it is all based on the CFTC of when they can actually launch their platform, because they have to get approval for their futures products. Next up, we have Indian Hospital releases details about Quadriga CX CEO's death. Now, this is a big article going around right now all over the internet, not just the cryptocurrency space, but I even saw this article on Snapchat stories, which blew my mind. But other than that, if you guys don't know, a CEO of a cryptocurrency exchange based out in Canada passed away, and he passed away with all of the cryptocurrency funds locked on his computer and gave no one access to the funds. The funds are estimated to be around $190 million, including cryptocurrencies and fiat currencies combined. So this is a statement from the hospital where he passed away. Fortis Escorts, a private hospital in the Indian city of Jaipur, has released details about the death of Gerald Cotton, CEO of the cryptocurrency exchange. Fortis Escorts said that Cotton was admitted to the hospital on December 8th around 10 p.m. and died of cardiac arrest around 7 p.m. On December 9th. Cotton was brought to the hospital in critical condition with pre-existing Crohn's disease and was on monoclonal antibody therapy every 8th week. The statement from Fortis Escorts read, "At the time of admissions, Cotton was diagnosed to be suffering from septic shock and other serious issues related to his exacerbated conditions. Cotton's death is at the center of the concerns and rumors surrounding the exchange, which went offline last week, owing millions to its thousands of customers because the CEO had died apparently apparently without leaving a way for staff to access the computer storing its funds. Jennifer Robertson, identified as the widow of the founder of the exchange, said that the exchange owes its customers roughly $190 million in both cryptocurrency and fiat currency. The exchange has since sought creditor protection in court. On Tuesday, a Supreme Court judge granted the exchange its application, giving it a 30-day stay of proceedings to try and recover any cryptocurrencies, as well as find other avenues for reimbursing customers. So this is huge. This is absolutely ridiculous. First off, my personal opinion on this, I think this is nonsense. I cannot believe this CEO, God rest his soul, would do this. I mean, he was known to have a pre-existing condition of Crohn's disease and was on monoclonal antibody therapy every 8th week. So this dude clearly had health issues, and he was the only one with the key to the safe to $190 million worth of cryptocurrencies and fiat currencies. How on earth does that make sense? How are you going to have a cryptocurrency exchange with $190 million worth of funds on one computer, and no one else has access to the computer except the one old guy that runs the exchange? That just does not add up to me. Now keep in mind, they are given another 30 days to try to figure out the situation and reimburse the customers, but until then we will not have any further information. In general, this is just crazy. This is really crazy, and a great example of why you need to, when you have a company that large, you need to diverse your private keys amongst many people and the passwords to your computers amongst many people. That's a perfect example of how Coinbase does their platform. They have their private keys distributed in pieces amongst a large array of the top team members of their Coinbase team. So this is something to just keep in mind when you're considering keeping your funds on a cryptocurrency exchange. Something like this ridiculous could happen, and if this does happen, you are going to be screwed, and you're really just going to be sitting there with your you know what in your hands. So that's all I got to say about this. Next up, we are going to be talking about the Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey becomes latest to take Bitcoin's lightning torch. This is really exciting stuff. So if you guys don't know, Jack Dorsey, as I just read it, is the CEO of Twitter. Big news. Bitcoin's lightning torch saw none other than CEO of Twitter Jack Dorsey snatch up the ongoing payment experiment and pass it on Tuesday. A running game wherein each participant adds a little Bitcoin to the payment, then passes it on to someone on Twitter that they trust in order to spread awareness of the technology, widely seen as the future of Bitcoin payments since payments are fast and scalable. With Dorsey's participation, the payment has now reached roughly $100 at the time of press to date, and roughly 150 people have taken part in what has become a global exercise. Dorsey is also CEO of Square, a payment app that allows Bitcoin payments, and he is an investor in Lightning Labs and has said positive things about the technology in the past. After his initial tweet Tuesday, Dorsey responded to a user saying that he holds Bitcoin but no other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is resilient, Bitcoin is principled, Bitcoin is native to internet ideals, and is a great brand, he went on to write. So pretty much what's going on right now, there's this thing called passing the torch, where head influencers in the cryptocurrency community can go around and send this transaction on the Lightning Network to different people that they trust, and each time you do it, you add a little bit of Bitcoin to it, probably like 10 cents to $1, something like that, and then you continue to pass it on. And the big idea is to just overall share the technology, get it out to people, get people interested in it, stuff like that. And we had the honor of having the CEO Jack Dorsey recently pass the lightning torch, receive and pass it. Another great thing about Jack Dorsey is that he was just on the Joe Rogan podcast. I highly suggest you guys go check it out. They talk about a lot of interesting things, and he does talk about Bitcoin and how he is very supportive of the technology, and even with Square, where you can have Bitcoin payments on the Square app itself. So that is all the news from the CEO of Twitter. Maybe we can get the CEO of Facebook to take the torch next. That would be absolutely huge. But that is all the news I have for you guys. Not too much going on today, but I did want to recap on some previous news that's been going on in the community. Let me know down below what you guys think about the market right now, what cryptocurrencies you're currently picking up, because I am going to be picking up some more altcoins very soon at these levels before we do begin to truly rally. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did find this video informative, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next. Woo!